welcome back to my channel, which I realized that I never put like any of my socials besides, I guess, in the caption. So I will throw that somewhere on the screen um, in case you guys want to follow me there. Just put that there because also I've changed some things. So these are the updated socials. Um, so today, or like this week, I guess, has been a little interesting. So, which I think is interesting. Sorry if you can hear the barking, but I think it's interesting that a lot of these conversations come off the back of like the conversations that we have at Sister Talks, because like usually during the time that I'm editing Sister Talks, I'll hear myself just say something like just kind of off the cuff. And then I'll be like, let's dive into that and see why that is. Now everybody wants to make all this noise. It was so quiet all day, but here we are. Um, so there's something that I said on the last episode of Sister Talks. It was like episode 12, and I was like, for manifesting for August. I was like, I want to just have a lot more courage in like what I do. And like, I was planning on going to an event this past Saturday. It was like a wine conversation event. And something in there, um, I said in the episode, I was like, well, who knows? Because I could just wake up on Saturday and then still not want to go. And I was like, why is that? Like, how is it that I already know the ways in which I sabotage myself? So, like, I was like, let me think about this. And Saturday came and I didn't go because I just found myself getting so anxious. I don't know why. Because, yeah, I don't know why. I used to be really good at like meeting new people and just going into situations and like just being comfortable doing that. But somewhere along the line of growing up, I stopped and I've turned into like, I've always been like a who's all over there person. However, something has changed and I don't necessarily like it because I feel like it's hindering me and my growth, hindering my business, all of the things. So I'm actually going to actively work on that, which brings me to my next point because I'm going to utilize this to work on just being in spaces like by myself. Like obviously, I don't want to be like dense about the subject. There's obviously dangers in going to places by yourself. And like I think maybe I've developed this when I like moved away, lived in Florida for a bit, and just like lived like actually on my own, to where like I'm like here back in California. I'm just like used to it, specifically the Bay Area. And I'm just like used to living like I didn't grow up here. So it's confusing. But brings me to my next point. I know I have talked a lot on this channel about wanting to get into cinematography and like just wanting to be able to like do documentaries and record documentaries to tell the stories that I want to tell. So I have been waiting to get a camera. Like there's a specific Sony camera that I want. Okay, so, but I've been waiting to get that camera, and I, just woke up and it was August, and I was like, wow, I don't want to wait. Like I've been waiting for like almost 6 months. Well, maybe 3 months, and I don't want to start like learning. Like I don't want to have to wait to get the equipment to start learning. Like I wanted to start just using what I currently have now. So obviously I have something if I'm recording this camera that I am recording on though, it has it has its limits because it will get hot and just shut off. So obviously I can't like record for a long time, but I do have a phone, and now that I've cleared up some space on said phone, I can utilize the phone. So I got a smartphone stabilizer. So I'm just gonna learn how to use this, and then I will do that and then go to places by myself to get some footage. So I am going to do that very soon. If not in this if not in this video, then in the next one, because I need to figure out like where I can go to do that, which I think it helps that I'm like, because I think it's going to be more like nature photography-esque, because that's just one of my hobbies. We can kill two birds with one stone there. But I really want to learn how to make it look really good. And I've been seeing on, because I've watched a few like YouTube videos of like people who actually know what they're doing, teach the rest of us. So, and theirs looks really good. So, and they just do it with their phone. So I'm gonna see, like, I understand, like, how can I say this? I'm well aware that this is an actual art, and like people study for a very long time to do this. So I don't want to, like, I don't want to be like delusional and be like, I'm going to get it in one weekend, but I can start somewhere. So I'm going to start. And that is that. So that's that. Okay, so we made it. I feel like I start everything with like, okay, so, but we made it. So we're at the Japanese tea garden today. I don't know why I'm saying we. I'm by myself. I'm at the Japanese tea garden today. I will be like just working through, kind of like what I said before. I'm just gonna work through trying to figure out like the gimbal that I got. And then I also brought my regular camera so I can just get some photos because I'm here. So yeah, we're here in Hayward because it's very close and it's very free. So I won't be at a loss if, you know, the pictures and the videos don't work out. It's like low risk. But yeah, we're here. Traffic was good. Everything was good. So yeah, I hope you like it. I will show you what I was able to capture. Hopefully, future me is seeing something good. The only other update, not really update, but I want to get this on recording just because I know Janelle in the future will watch this and I want it timestamp where our life's kind of changed. So I have been praying a lot recently, and really it's just been going on a journey of reclaiming my spirituality, which I also said on a podcast maybe 2 episodes ago, and I was like, let me dive deep, because like kind of when did I lose myself? And I feel like it's not that I'm like gaining myself back, because I still believe completely different than like what I was raised to believe, like what I believed before. So I'm not going back to anything, but I am like just kind of reclaiming it for myself. And I think that's a real disservice that religion kind of doesn't consider, or maybe they just don't even care, honestly. But when you, I had to think, but when you do certain actions to push people away from God, you are pushing them away from a part of themselves that is really important. And even like, even if you're like teaching them the wrong things or teaching them lies to like fit your agenda, you're still pushing people away from God. So I know that it is like an old time belief, and which is crazy because my grandpa used to always say, I'm all over the place. But my grandpa used to always say, like, oh, they're going to have to answer for that. They're going to have to answer for that. And they will. However, comma, and people are living their lives today and suffering the consequences of not being connected to their spirituality today, all because some random person got in a pulpit and decided that their word was gold. So there's that. Evidently, I have really strong feelings, and I'm not going to like belabor the point because I can talk about this literally all day. But somewhere along the lines, my spirituality became non-existent because I knew what it was like to be in like religion. I knew what it was like. I was a Christian at the time. Like I knew what it was like to be that, and like the things you had to believe, the things you had to accept, sometimes things you had to do. And I want no parts of it. And I don't want to be utilized in a way of being a part of that and like ushering people into that lifestyle. Now, does it work for other people? Sure, they can have it. But it didn't work for me. And I want no parts of it. However, I had to really get to the understanding in myself that like prayer, the act of like meditation and prayer came far before any type of religion. That's something that my ancestors had done forever. So it's not necessarily anything that I have to attribute to any type of religion, nor is it something that I need to put down. Moreover, God, obviously, the idea of God, the idea of like everything is connected in this earth, like, and we are connected to the earth, all of the things, that also came before my belief in anything. And I had that far before my belief in anything because, like, quite as kept, while I was there, I wasn't even paying attention, like, to the highest degree. So, like, there was a part of me that already had God before there was all of this explanation and all of these rules and all of these, like, you must talk down about this person or like it's us versus them nonsense. So I'm just going through a journey of defining and figuring out what that means for me. And I have to say, it feels great, way happier. And I just feel more connected in a way that is like authentic to me. So that is, I think that's the biggest thing because it has been taking me a lot to start praying again because I really don't want to go back to religion. It's just not for me. Like, I understand it's for like other people, but it's truly not for me. Um, but yeah, that's the only, that's it. So hopefully there will be some videos after this because hopefully I went somewhere by myself and we'll figure it out how to work this. So anyway, yeah,